Hello everyone, it's Miss Thomas, and today we're going to look at Cpctc. So Cpctc stands for corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So what this means is, obviously we know if two things are congruent, then their measurements are equal and all of their corresponding parts have equal measure. And so when we've been proving triangles congruent, we've been saying that using side, side, side or side, angle, side. So if we're using side, 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 for example, even though we've proven all of the triangles' sides are congruent, we can also then say all angles are congruent too, once we've proved that the sides are congruent, right? And so side, angle, side, that means there's two angles on a side that are also congruent. So Cpctc follows after you've proven triangles are congruent. Okay, so in our proof, we can go ahead and say all of our given information. I think this is supposed to be an X, by the way. Angle U is congruent to angle U. And US is congruent to US. And angle TSU is congruent to angle XSU, which are these two angles up here. So we want to prove that the triangles are congruent. We have angle, side, angle. So what Cpctc is saying then is that anything we haven't said is congruent yet on these triangles is congruent. So since the triangles are congruent, by Cpctc, corresponding parts are congruent, triangles are congruent, these segments that we haven't marked yet, TU will be congruent to XU. Also, these segments that we haven't said are congruent yet, since we've said the triangles are congruent, and it's only because we've proven the triangles are congruent that we can say this. So this is a last step. This is never used in the middle of a proof for the proofs that you will see. And then the last piece, because we've said three pieces are congruent up here, we don't want to miss these angles. Angle T is going to be congruent to angle X. So that's what Cpctc is. We used all of our rules of geometry basically to prove these bits were congruent. That meant our triangle were congruent, which meant all the other pieces are congruent as well. So another example, triangle ABC and DEF are congruent. I don't know why these are kind of wandering. By SAS, and we know that angle A is congruent to angle D. So the first thing, when you guys are getting this, you really need to get in the habit of drawing triangles out. So they tell us that A is congruent to D. They also told us that they're congruent by side, angle, side. So if these are the angles that are congruent, then I know that if it's SAS, then the sides that make that angle must be congruent, right? So then it says, list all of the parts congruent from Cpctc. So basically, what are the parts of the triangle we haven't marked yet? The red is by SAS. For sure, we have another line segment. So BC will be congruent to EF. We also have the angles, the corresponding angles that we haven't stated yet. And one last pair of angles. And that's it. So CpCtc basically just lets us say those other parts we haven't said yet are congruent, are congruent.